Hi Cancer, welcome to your week ahead reading. This is for the week commencing the 1st of December. Thank you for joining me. Just before I start your reading, I want to say a massive thank you to those people that took the time to tell me that my share button wasn't there, and I've no idea where it went, but it's back again. And just to let you know, it is next door to the thumbs up and thumbs down button, and it's a squarely arrow going around that way. So if you wish to share it, I'd be really grateful. But that's how you do it. Anyway, let's crack on with your reading. That's too many. So we just want one more out for Cancer. Thank you very much. Ooh. Oh, Cancer, we have, what a beautiful crystal, Angel Aura Quartz. This is called Lighten Up. Lighten Up. That's quite a blunt message, but I really think they mean like lighten up as in raise your energy. Yeah, not like lighten up, Cancer. God, but just try and raise your energy a little bit more. And then we have Tourmalinated Quartz. Get out of your own way. This kind of reminds me that there is things that perhaps, I don't know, it does feel like you've got a bit self-sabotage going on. Maybe, you're putting hurdles, you're making things, perhaps saying you've got something that you want to do maybe, and you're giving yourself all the reasons why you shouldn't be doing it rather than why you should. But let's have a look. So, dear spirit guides and angels, please join me in this reading for Cancer and make it helpful, hopeful and healing. We're using the Unfolding Past Tarot, by the way. Okay, focus please and thank you. What's the focus for Cancer? Knight of Wands. Yeah, I like that. I've got to take you. Opportunity is the Four of Pentacles. Your challenge is the Five of Swords. Bubbling under the surface, we have the Lovers. Major Arcana. Advice and outcome. Major Arcana, the Strength card. Okay, so the Knight of Wands, the focus of the Knight of Wands is get on with it. It's just what these cards are saying here. Get out of your own way, Cancer. Why are you not progressing this? This is fun. This is like an idea, a task, a decision made. And she's like, yeah, give me the baton, I'll do it. No problem. She has fun doing it as well. She's running to that finish line just to prove them wrong that she can do it. There's a lovely sense of fun and confidence here, quite spontaneous too. So I don't know if you're, chomping at the bit to do something and the focus is next week, let's just get this task in hand. Let's get on with it. Now, the Four of Pentacles is your opportunity, and this is really, Four of Pentacles represents, look, how tightly he's holding on to that money. Maybe you're keeping things to yourself, you're pinching yourself off, but the opportunity is to release that. Perhaps, again, it could be, in these times, we're all a bit financially struggling, aren't we? But sometimes we can get into that energy a bit too much, and then that ends up pinching you off from any other opportunities, financial also. So there's something about you releasing a little bit, giving out a little, just little baby steps at a time. Again, getting out of your way. Look how tightly he's grasping onto something there. Now, the Five of Swords is your challenge. The Five of Swords is about conflict, people arguing, people pushing your buttons. In this deck, I always see this lady as the person that's trying to sort out everybody's arguments. And what's happened, she looks like she's been through the mill here. But everybody else is all right in the background. But in the meantime, she's taken on all of their strives and trying to make everybody happy and like being a bit of a mediator here. As a challenge, I think that's what you're trying to do. But you've got to let them get on with it. That's what makes me feel. Just let them get on with it. That will be a challenge for you because you're a water sign. You want to make sure everybody's all right. If they're happy, you're happy. But there is a balance to be had there. You've got the Lovers card bubbling under the surface, which is lovely. I love this Lovers card in this deck. So caring and loving and giving. And it's a card of relationships, or it's also about things that are very, very, of people that are very dear to your heart. So there is something to do with perhaps friendships, relationships that's bubbling under the surface here. Now, the Strength card is your advice, and this is like, there's a double meaning to this card. It's about being strong, being courageous, and maybe that's linked with that Knight of Wands, because that's quite a spontaneous energy. It's a fast moving energy, and it might make you think, oh my god, not used to that. But this is just taking you outside your comfort zone a little bit too. But it's also about taking a mask off and really revealing maybe what you're not so good at as to what you are so good at. A little bit of shadow work I feel going on, or mirror work I prefer to call it. Facing something too, because she's really facing that lion. That lion's mouth is open, but she's taming the lion. She's tickling him. It's like you've got this real strength about you, but it's an inner strength, and you need to realise that, Cancer. I think you've maybe forgotten a little bit how strong and courageous you are. Right, the Knight of Wands. Why are you here? Excuse me, for Cancer. Clarified by the Knight of Swords. Now, the focus of the Knight of Swords, guess what? Is stop talking about it and get on with it. Wow. So the Knight of Swords is very much like, talk about, you've got the two most fastest knights in the deck here. The focus is like, this is, once you've taken on that challenge, there's no stopping you here. The Knight of Swords is really fast thinking. He is a bit of a bull in a china shop, you know, but I don't think that's a bad thing. When they're telling you to get out of your way, it's like you're removing some barriers here, so that that Knight of Swords can go, right, come on, let's do this, let's go, this is a great idea, let's put our words into action rather than keep talking about it and thinking about it. Let's actually do it. Now, the Four of Pentacles, I just feel like it's an opportunity, because at the moment I feel like that's how you're sitting, like, oh no, I'm quite stable here, thanks very much. Let's have a look. Four of Pentacles. Why are you here as an opportunity? Cancer. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. The Wheel of Fortune is a very lucky card. Something about luck, opportunity, luck, and money. Things moving on for the better for you financially. But you've got to open up a little bit. Stop pinching things off. Now, if you listen to YouTube, obviously you're watching me on YouTube, so I highly recommend you listen to Kathleen Cameron. It's Kathleen with a K, Cameron with a C. She's so inspirational when it comes to talking about manifesting money. And I know it sounds like you're being greedy, but it isn't. You know, it really does have an effect on every other aspect of your life. And it opens you up to, I don't know, just a lovely opportunities that you thought you'd never get just by thinking differently. I'm going to do one more on that Wheel of Fortune for you, Cancer. It's like financially things are getting better. You've got the Hanged Man also with that. I feel like it's an opportunity to get off a treadmill too, like this boring, you know, going on and on and on. Because the Hanged Man is about taking a step back and looking at something from a different perspective, putting a different take on something, putting a more positive take on it, opening yourself up a bit more. Now, the Five of Swords is your challenge. And this is just you trying to think that you can, or you're used to, sorting out everybody else's problems. King of Pentacles is also a challenge. Oh, okay. Conflict perhaps with somebody who is very financially minded. Now, the King of Pentacles as a challenge can be somebody that they don't really open their heart up. They're more interested in the financial side of things. You know, whether you're happy in a relationship or whether you're happy in your job, they would be like, yeah, but think of the money, you know, because that's all they can think about. They're very stuck in their ways too. So maybe you're dealing conflict with the King of Pentacles here too. Perhaps a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn. Which you being a Cancer, being a water sign, very open-hearted, it would be tricky. King of Pentacles can also represent a manager at work who's very in charge of, you know, your financial situation too. But they know it and they can be quite, you know, influential, let's say. Now, the Lovers is what's bubbling under the surface for you. Something to do with relationships, friendships, and your passions. Oh, Nine of Swords, whatever it is giving you sleepless nights here, Gemini. There is something you're not facing, perhaps, with a friendship or a relationship. Maybe, you know, if this is you not pursuing your, what do I want to say, your goals or whatever it is, with this Knight of Wands, there's something that you want to do, but you're talking yourself out of. It could be because it might affect a relationship or a friendship here that's giving you like, oh my God, no, you know, I don't know if I can do it. I'm not sure I can say it. Could be this King of Pentacles. Can be quite a fatherly energy, the King of Pentacles too. Somebody who would also, you know, they would shower you with money, but they wouldn't show much love. Could be going on there too. And that perhaps is a link to your relationship card. Let's do one more on that, Cancer. Ten of Wands. Bubbling under the surface, Ten of Wands is good. It's like very close to an end here. Ten of Wands is hard work. But it's also about not accepting help when you really need it. Because she knows that she's nearly there, but she's really struggling on those last bits. There's something about you really struggling with the last bits. You need perhaps a little bit of help and support from a relationship or from friends and friendships. It's like you're nearly there, you know, you're nearly at the top of those stairs. You just need that final leg up. But it's bubbling under the surface, so maybe you're not asking for it. I don't know. And maybe that's why the Strength card is here, you know. Show a little bit of, you know, vulnerability, if you like. There's nothing. That's real strength. Ooh. Seven of Wands is also your advice. And this is about sticking to your guns. Keeping that goal in your mind, yeah? And staving off any of the negative naysayers here, people that are trying to talk you out of something. Again, I keep going back to this King of Pentacles. Because that Four of Pentacles, you being there as the opportunity, it's like, I don't know, if when you're with somebody who's so financially minded, it does rub off on you. And then it's like, oh, now I need to open up a little bit and allow things to come in. Gosh, I hope that made sense. Right, let's have a look at Wisdom of the Oracle. Final message, please, and thank you. For Cancer, thank you. We have By the Book. By the Book. Look at the elephants on there. How gorgeous are they? Let's have a look. Number 11. 11. This is about abiding by social rules. It's about conformity and respecting cultural or family customs with universal laws. The universe works within a structure of divine laws and principles that provides a framework for human and experience and evolution. These principles create perfect order, and they operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Laws keep social order and govern behaviour, and reflect an instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them rather than being the rebel and flouting them. Oh. When this card appears, submit to structure and follow the rules, even if they seem to make no sense. Release resistance, for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to those universal laws, and it will be easier to go by the book at this time. That's an interesting message, isn't it? Yeah, maybe that's what that Four of Pentacles is all about too. Anyway, hope that made sense, Cancer. That was a very deep reading. Thank you so much for watching, as always, and I'll catch up with you next week. And don't forget to check in on the midweek energy check-in, although it wasn't called midweek this week because it was a bit late because of my mics, which I really need to keep checking because they are awful at the moment. But anyway, I'm sorting that. Thank you, as always. Take care. See you next week.